We're just 20 games into a unique 2021 season, and a 19-year-old LaMelo Ball has burst onto the scene. LaMelo's quickly pushing his brother Lonzo for best player in the family, but what specifically has been so promising in the early part of his career, and what is a reasonable ceiling for this unique player moving forward? First off, just like his brother, LaMelo has the passing gene, vision, creativity, and the desire to dime up his teammates. Let's play a game here. Which Hornet seems to be the most open?
It's definitely Miles Bridges, you know what I'm saying? Cause like they got that connection, they got that Ball Bridges connection, like everybody talk about, bro. Yeah, I pay attention.
Who cares? Because the window on the far side of the rim is open, and Miles Bridges is the only one who can get that.
Boom, perfect timing.
When I see a teenager flinging all kinds of passes around the court like this, I start to pick up notes of white chocolate. Jason Williams, that is. LaMelo has eyes in the side of his head, loves going behind the back for minor advantages like this, and well, I might spontaneously combust if he throws a pass this good. Such wizardry feels possible with Melo because he already has covered some of J. Will's greatest hits in only 20 games. Chocolate artistry aside, the other Jason he reminds me of is Kid, and not merely because he put English on his passes too. Kidd was also a big guard who used his speed to push the pace and weaponize his court vision. At about 6'6", LaMelo can fly in the open court too, and this downhill pressure can lead to scores or collapse the defense and open up playmaking.
Like teams legit don't know how to guard this man. Like he drives, they collapse. Like every time he goes to the paint, they're scrambling because it's like, do we let him score or do we let somebody else score? It's like you got to pick your poison with this. Though.
Opportunities with that wonderful vision. Ball has a sinewy strength to his driving game, able to take some contact like this and maintain his balance. And even though he's not super shifty, he can change direction at high speeds and then finish with.
Fournier, if that's who that is, boy, where is you going? He took you back to overseas.
Rim. Notice how many of these plays are off of makes, with LaMelo just pushing it at ludicrous speed, and he can go off the.
That was crazy. I never look at the shot clock. I hardly even look at the score, whatever you call it. Fam pushes it.
Wrong foot and finish.
Ludicrous speed. Ludicrous speed.
Ball's had really nice touch since high school, which helps him when adjusting and calibrating on the fly, and he's got enough body control to work that spin in tight spots. Joel Embiid gets hit with a stun gun here. Let's hope he's okay. And I like how solid Ball is on that left leg when landing. He can jump off 2 feet as well and slither a bit. This one covers enough ground to catch Brook Lopez off guard, and his speed helps him attack closeouts, trampolining off the left leg and switching hands in mid-air. He's also pretty comfortable.
Yo, man, I'm gonna just say this right here, right now. What other player does this dude remind you of now? Before y'all get to guessing, man, he's from last decade. Like he owned last decade. What player from last decade did legit everything for their team in the finals? Comment in the comment section.
Getting places with his dribble. Here's a nice little hesitation into a smooth finish, and I love that he's shown deceleration at the end of his drive, and again, plants off the right foot here. Although he's not super explosive when elongating his strides like this, so it's going to take a bit more craft to improve finishing in these spots. And when he
Everybody
has
got
some
flaws.
sort of
Everybody got
shots with
flaws.
a head of steam or changing hands, if he's going to load up and attack shot blockers like this, he needs to draw more contact or just jump higher.
On
For
me
the
though, he just
intermediate
need to
option,
slam that.
LaMelo does have an epic floater. I'm not sure this can be a super accurate shot, but he has some serious range on this thing. And
Danny
I'm
Green,
wondering if he can
boy.
actually
I'm
make
not even
one
gonna
of these
pause it.
from three-point land. Because he's a Ball brother, three-point shooting is an issue. His shot.
Way too many players in the NBA been falling on these courts. There's some conspiracy about that, bro.
Isn't as wild and unorthodox as it was a few years back, but it still has some funky blue cheese on it. His lower body balance varies from shot to shot, and he somehow seems more consistent launching from deeper, where he has to load up more through his legs. And I can see him being
Yeah.
inconsistent throughout his career, or one day
No,
actually
we're not
becoming
inconsistent.
a
We're not gonna be
shooter.
inconsistent.
He's made 78% of his free throws so far, an indicator of some degree of shooting proficiency. Like Kidd, he'll be able to use his size to overwhelm smaller point guards, but without a great mid-range or penetration game,
Triple double game. Go
one-ball
check that out
passing
on my
like this
channel.
loses some of its bite. LaMelo certainly has the tools to be a primary playmaker in the half court, hitting the roll man with quick deliveries at different angles, and he's already manipulating defenders with no-look passes on these. Also, the speed and variety of his release off the dribble is wonderful, quickly snapping this ball off the bounce, which creates extra space for the shooter. Diverse delivery systems like this make so many passes possible. He flows from a dribble into a lefty kick out here, and because the pass is thrown so early, it's an easier look for his teammate. This one's from the same half. This time he comes off the screen, holds this defender with his eyes, then fires it. And have I mentioned how fun the Hornets are?
Yo, legit though, they could lose like the rest of their games this season, but it's like against the good teams, it's entertaining to watch because it's like he does this against everybody. Legit, every game you can go look.
Credit Coach James Borrego for empowering LaMelo as an initiator and
Yeah, we're not gonna give Borrego no Borrego any type of credit. Like, that's a whole different argument. Y'all not even ready for James Borrego argument.
for running actions like Spain pick and roll, where balls, reads, and assortment of release angles give him multiple passing options to choose from. Here's a fun set with a ton of movement, and Ball is the second handoff option here, and he's about to drop the floater, but realizes two players are chasing a teammate, and so he kicks it to a better shot on the wing. This kind of decision making is fairly incredible for a teenager, and since he anticipates movement and manipulates defenders, it's safe to call LaMelo a passing prodigy. He's certainly trying the tight, audacious passes that the all-time passers try, and he's already hitting a ton of these home runs, and half of his assists have gone for layups this year. LaMelo's offense in my box plus minus model puts him right in the thick of the great rookie point guards of the three-point era. And while it's early in the season, this is a promising offense.
Rookie point guards. Player year. Back picks. Offensive back picks per minute. 1.7.
Offensive start. Defensively, he's actually been surprisingly active. He almost blows it.
Surprisingly. Have y'all not seen? I'm not even like. It's just that when the Ball brothers, I'm talking all Ball brothers, get talked about on defense, it's like people are so shocked. Like they some two-way guards. Like y'all have to realize these dudes are way better than y'all giving them credit, bro. Like on some real stuff.
Tire on this backdoor cut, but then works to stay connected and recovers back into the play to force a turnover with the deflection. Ball's lateral movement is decently quick when sliding with other players, and you can see how active he is on some of these possessions. Because he's barely played at a high level, he's still quite raw on that end. He's like a cat chasing a laser here, and then hustles back and saves a layup from behind. He keeps Trae Young in front of him here, but bites hard on this fake, and wouldn't it be nice if lunging 2 feet forward into a defender was an offensive foul? Just me? Anyway,
That's so that right there. He that's not consistent right there. That's not consistent.
example of his inexperience, where LaMelo moves into decent position, but doesn't realize a screen is coming, and that separation gets Charlotte into scramble mode and ultimately leads to a high percentage shot. But there are flashes here that are really intriguing, peeling off beautifully for this steal, and his speed could be a weapon on this end. He's anxious to tag the roll man, then reacts well to the passer, and just beams himself to the corner, and the quickness and length of this closeout force a travel, only it's uncalled, so LaMelo hustles
That look
past
even
the
better in
defensive
slow
OG
motion.
from the rear view. That wasn't his only defensive highlight of that quarter, making a bonkers read here to break up the closeout with his length,
I
and then
say
he goes
just
right
high
into
IQ.
attack mode and flips a beautiful hook pass to a shooter. On this one, he's guarding the screener in the pick and roll, reads a pass, and his length and quickness jump it, and again he's off to the races. And instead of forcing it, it's yet another perfectly placed kick out. LaMelo's hands are fairly active, and he has a steal rate near the top of the league right now, and deflections can lead to those transition opportunities.
Zen. Poor
Ball has
Zen.
shown a willingness to help really early from the weak side in these rotations, although again, a lack of experience hurts him in more complicated situations where he's responsible for two attackers on the weak side. It would be extremely unlikely for him to land near the great kid as a defender, but there are similarities that make me think a watered-down version is possible, which would be a really nice value add. I'm also excited about how active he's been without the ball, and how that absurd passing is still dangerous when he's on the move.
Don't ever trade Bridges. Bridges be giving me energy, man.
For me, LaMelo's too unique of a prospect, and his sample still too small to confidently peg what he's going to look like as a 25-year-old. But given his potential to be a positive defender, and his passing and dynamic offensive tools, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he becomes an all-star guard.
I will say this. LaMelo will be the next megastar in the NBA. There are only a select few megastars that have changed the game. Y'all can just think about it. We're not talking about all stars. Not even talking about superstars. We're talking about mega stars, mega players, mega athletes. Like, y'all just gonna have to let me know what y'all think in the comment section about who the other mega stars are listing.
And in the meantime, he's going to be really fun to watch. Quick programming announcement.
That was lit though on everything. He has the potential to be the next megastar, and it's amazing that we are along at the beginning. Like, this is should be crazy. But leave a like, subscribe to you, boy, and I'll see you on another one.